Afternoon, everyone. So this is the second part of making your first £50 through match betting on 3 of the Sportsbook sign-up offers. So if you followed yesterday's bet, we bet on Burnley, which won. And if with Sky, it was just a £5 bet, so you'd have about £12 or so in there. And we're going to look for another bet to place our free bets on now. As I've said, I'm not able to put the actual bets on because I've already done the sign-ups, but this is just to walk you through what the bets would look like. So we need to find our bet first. Now, I've set this up in anticipation. So I've gone sports, football, market, match odds. My bookmaker is Sky, you can see here. My exchange is Smarkets, you can see here. I've just got the 1 and the 1. And I've put here, stake not returned. So this is what we do for any free bets. We use a slightly different calculator, stake not returned. Odds, we want at least 4.0 with our odds. And I've capped it at 10 because you can get, sometimes it comes up where it's 23 back odds, etc. And the liability gets very excessive. I've clicked today only as well. So we've just got stuff today. So we've got this one here, Alaves versus Barcelona, and we're going to bet on the draw. 4.75, 4.9. The SNR rating is 76, so we'll make £7.60 per £10 free bet. So we're going to go back to Sky. We're going to look for the Barcelona game, which we can see here in the featured bets. You could also look on popular bets or competitions. You could go through La Liga. We're going to check the numbers are still good. So 4.75. Now, when it comes up here, what you will have is a little a little orange present symbol. And if you click on that, it will let you use both of the free bets. Now, it may be that you have to use one at a time. So a £10 free bet and then a £10 free bet. Just put them both on the same thing. That's not a problem. So you'd have 20. Now, because mine isn't a free bet, my returns shows 95. Yours will show return as 75 because with a free bet, we don't get our stake back. So 4.75 and the Smarket odds, we're looking for 4.9, which you can see they are. So if we put that in our calculator here, we've got a £20 free bet, 4.75, 4.9. Now, we've got the commission, which takes a little bit off. But we've got £15. So Sky Bet, we've got £15. Now the difference with this is depending how much money you've got to play with, how much money you've got to start with, it might be that you don't have enough liability to cover more than one bet at a time. I'm going to run through this as if you do. If not, you can just put one bet on, and then if the money goes back into the Smarkets, you can reuse that money to put the next bet on. So you can put a game, for example, you could put a free bet on a game that's at 4. When that finishes, put a free bet on a game that's at 7. And when that finishes, you could put a free bet on a game that's 9 o'clock or the following day, for example. But for the sake of this, we're just going to put them on the same game as well. So if you've got the liability to use, we've got £15. Profit. So we'll take off our qualifying loss at the end from yesterday, which was £1, 1 penny. So what we do, same as before, we'd go on to Sky Bet, we'd choose the bet, we'd make sure it's our free bet. So we have to make sure it's £10 free bet, and it will come up saying, are you sure you want to use your free bet? Yes. We'll copy that and make sure this is on SNR, because if we change it, it'll make a difference, and the liability jumps up another few bits as well, another 15 quid. So copy that, go to here, make sure the numbers are still the same, copy it in, and then you just click on sell and place the bet. That will give you your first £15. Now, if you're able to, go on to Ladbrokes, and we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to click on football. I'm going to scroll down, Spanish La Liga, Alaves Barcelona. Now, we've got settings, betting settings, decimal. So we're probably going to have to go back and find it again. So Spanish, La Liga. See, there's a couple of different ways to do it. Now we can see here that it's slightly different odds, so the return isn't going to be as good. So we can close that down. So let's, for argument's sake, just type in the numbers and see what we've got. So 4.5, 4.9. And you can see the profit we've made has dropped by £1. To be honest, I would probably still put that bet on anyway. It's all about your time management. So if you can quickly and easily find a better bet, which will get you an extra £1 or £2, fantastic. If you're trying to do multiple bets, then just put it on, move on to the next one. So we'll have a quick check. So we're going to use the odds matcher. We're going to keep everything else the same, apart from we're going to untick Sky. And we're going to come onto Ladbrokes. Now, the higher the back bet, the more liability we'll need. To be honest, with Ladbrokes, we can see the rate in here is not particularly good. So actually, to keep the amount of liability down, it's slightly lower, but liability on here will be a lot higher. So let's go with this. Let's go 4.5, 4.9. So we click that, and again, when you're in here, you'll have the option underneath of being able to use your free bet. Do that. If it's given it to you as, I think Ladbrokes might give you as 4 £5 bets. Just put the £5 bet on, put the next £5 free bet on until you've used your £20 free bet. Exactly the same process. Make sure the numbers are correct. Make sure you've got just under £56 still in Smarkets as available liability. You can click copy, come on, and then do exactly the same thing again. So we'd have 14, and then we've got to have 15 from before. And then we're going to do the same with Ladbrokes. With William Hill. So we're on to decimal. We're going to come down, Alaves v Barcelona, and we can see 4.5. If you want to double check again, so bookmaker, Ladbrokes, William Hill. Okay, so we could look, and again, this purely comes down to how much liability you've got available. We could look at the Levante game versus Getafe. So 5.25, 5.4. So if we find that, let's go on to football. And then there's normally there we go, competitions. Spanish La Liga. And if we go into Levante, we can see 5.25, which is what it says it will be here. And then we need to find it in here. In the top, there's a little search bar. You can just put Levante, and it'll come up Levante ED versus Getafe. 5.25, 5.4. So we're going to type this in. Now with William Hill, it was a £30 free bet. And again, I believe it gives you as 3 £10 free bets. So just do one, then the other, then the next until you've got £30 on one. So 5.25, 5.4 with your 2%. You see we've got a good return on here. So we've got just over £23. I'm not going to worry too much about the pence for now, but that's you can take 25p because we had a couple of quid over in the last one. 25p off of our qualifying loss. So our qualifying loss now is about 75p. So the bets we did yesterday, we lost £1 and a penny. If we go ahead with that, again, always double check the numbers. So it would again come up in the bet slip saying use free bet. We'd do that. We'd come back here, make sure the numbers haven't changed. Always do your back bet first. So always do the William Hill or whatever the bookie is first. Copy. Now you can see here the numbers jumped up quite a lot. 104.28 needed. So actually, if you're going to lay all 3 of these, you'd need around your just over £200 mark available for liability. You can do one at a time. It's not a problem. There's plenty of games on. There's games at 4 and weekends. The games are staggered, so it's not a problem if you need to split them up. So 23. Okay, so you just copy that, copy it into there, sell, check your liabilities amount, check you've got enough. So here I've got 101, sorry, £110 and 1p, so I'd have just about enough liability to cover that. There are different tricks we can use to get more liability, but we're not going to worry about them. So that would be it. So we've got 15 plus our 14. So if you want to, we can add it up here. Plus 23. So £52 profit. Take away about 75p. So we've made just over 51p. I'm not going to worry about the small pennies for the sake of this video. And there you have it. Quick and easy as that. £50, risk-free, guaranteed. What have you got to lose? So sign up to PA, follow the steps from video 1, join up. You may have to send off your documentation, place your back bets, and then either once the matches that you've bet on are finished or the following day, log in. You can use the odds matcher to find a good match if you want, and then lay your free bets. Obviously, always make sure you've got enough liability, so double check that before you do put the free bet on, because you don't want to run out of money and have the bet that's on. And other than that, £51, easy profit, and we just carry on from there. So hope that all makes sense. If you've got any questions, obviously ask away within the group, all on the video link if you're watching this via YouTube. And enjoy the rest of your weekend or whenever you are watching this. Take care.